Hey, turn me up, body.
What's the pause in between it?
Fresh. Bass. I'll keep my foot on that neck. That's fresh. It ain't no changing the set. Nah, no extras. Niggas can play and get wet. Whatever. I'm steady chasing these checks. Whatever. I keep my foot on that neck. Nah, it ain't no changing the set.
I say, hey, yo, welcome to another episode of Two Shooters Podcast. I'm your host, Bed-Stuy Foot, filling in for my co-host, Shorty B, who couldn't be here, but we're going to keep it moving as usual. This is the platform where we uplift and never tear down. We talk about community empowerment, entrepreneurial unity, and self-awareness. We got a good show today. I'm pumped. You know what I'm saying? The energy is good. You know, I love energy, good energy, positive energy. We got a young sister in the building who I've been following for a second. She's very passionate about civil rights and things of that nature, anything dealing with that. The sister's on fire. So, without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to a very good friend of mine. I call her Jelly, but I'll let her properly introduce herself to you guys.
My name is Janelle Slansano. Folk call me Jelly. I'm 20. I'm from Tampa Bay, but this is my third year in the United States, and I'm actually from Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico in the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Fresh out here.
Okay, and how long you been here in Jacksonville?
It's been like 2 years, yeah. I
Okay.
moved out here. I was in Tampa Bay for 2 years, and then I went to Illinois for like a couple months, and then I came straight here. And I don't even know how I ended up here, to be honest.
right.
This is not in the plan.
Okay.
No,
okay,
nowhere in
okay,
the book.
Okay. So, I noticed, like I said, I've been following you for a minute, and it's your fire and your passion when it comes to civil rights is what led me to you. I said, I gotta get this young sister on the podcast, like, she's on fire, she speaks her truth, and that's what we do on this show. Like, this is an adult podcast. If cussing or speaking our truth is gonna offend you, you might wanna click to something else. You don't wanna watch this. Right. So, having said that, the sister has some things she wanna say. I have some questions for her, but I'm gonna give her the floor to let her do her thing. And we just gonna speak on the injustices here in ONSLOW County and abroad. So, the floor is yours, my sister.
I don't know where to start.
Start with your heart. Start with your heart. Well, I'll give her help. I can tell you how I met her. A family member of mine had a SWAT sticker mowed into their yard. And I know some people looking at this like, what? Yes, a SWAT sticker was mowed into one of my family members' yard. And we tried to get the press and the police involved and all that, and y'all know how that goes. We in the South. And that's when I met this young sister. She came as an activist to, for one, investigate what went on and to speak about it. And as she tried to put forth some type of movement for it, you know, for whatever, well, we know the reasons, so, but I'm gonna say for lack of better words, for whatever reasons, the powers that be tried to shut her down. So you can speak on that. You can take it from there.
Man, first of all, there was so many people trying to say that it didn't happen. Like, how does it get mowed? Like,
Wow.
Didn't you hear them? Didn't you see them? And like, the article, I think this is what I hate about journalism sometimes, because when I was first starting, this activism stuff, if someone wanted to help raise awareness, like, yeah, let's do an article, right?
Right.
But they be cutting out the important stuff that we be saying, right? Like, we be getting straight to the point, right on the nail, straightforward, this is what's going on, and then they just cut that out and keep like the corny, like, protect us, Black Lives Matter, and woo. We be talking about some real shit in these articles, and they purposely cut it out, and they keep just like the cutesy, commercial approved stuff, because they don't want to hear that shit.
Right, and that blows me too.
Everyone was trying to say, like, what happened? Like, that don't even sound real. Like, didn't you hear them mowing the lawn? Like, they completely cut out when y'all was bluntly explaining this house is not habitable. Like, it's under construction. Like,
no one lives there.
Yeah, we saw
just
it.
Own it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's, people just be ignoring the truth just to stick to this, blind story of theirs, I guess. Like, they just be living in fantasy. Oh my God. I be telling these people, like, bro, did you not know about this swastika happening here? People don't know about that. People don't know about that. I know it's a small town. Shit go around.
Right.
Everybody know what's going on in here. How is it that nobody know about this? It's a swastika. Like,
yeah.
what?
You can't get no deeper than that. No, it's a SWAT sticker for crying out loud.
That's the umbrella. Like,
Facts.
that's the umbrella.
And it's sad because the way people up north and the way people in the south think is different. Like when I mentioned what
Facts.
happened to my people up north, they was like, what? They did what?
Oh,
now
God.
he ready to come down
Oh,
here
God.
on some set it off. And when I say set it off, I'm talking about on a political way. But the people here in the south,
Complacent.
coons. And if I offend you, then so what? You know, I'm
Complacent.
sick of the coons. And when I say coons, I'm talking about the black people who take a blind eye to what is clearly evident in your face.
And you know what? Like, that shit get under my skin a lot too.
Facts.
Because, like, come on, you got to speak up about that stuff. But when you think about people who were born and raised in a town like this, like Jacksonville,
Right. And
I kind of understand. Oh, especially Richlands.
Yeah.
I kind of understand it because, like, I've only been here for 2 years, but I have friends that have been, like, born and raised here, and they're surrounded with nothing but white people, you know? Like, my friends telling me story about how their girlfriend's dad didn't like them because they was black. Like,
Wow.
I've never, like,
Right,
you
right.
why would you even date them, you know? Like, and they did it anyways. I mean, it's a small town. They're born and raised here. That's all they know. And, like, at the same time, it's like, come on, man, you know better. But I understand. And it's such a sad cycle that we just get stuck in. You know, it's the complacency. It's the
Right.
it's
You
also
said
fear.
the right word,
Also
complacency.
fear. I understand it's a point of fear because living here, I almost got brainwashed with trying to kiss these white people's ass. Like,
right.
in my school, man, listen, none of these bitches like me. Like,
Right.
I'ma just be honest like that. Like,
Right.
I
Speak
know
your
they don't
truth.
like me.
Speak your truth.
I know they don't like me, bruh. And I just be chilling. None of these girls they haven't even had a conversation with me like that. They haven't even gotten to know me yet.
Right.
But it's
Right.
just because I don't filter what I say. And if I feel some type of way, that ain't right. That ain't right. I not gonna say the teacher's name, but one of my teachers at my school, it's like our second week there, right?
Okay.
It's me, a Hispanic, another Hispanic in there. There's another Hispanic in there too. You know, it's a diverse class that we have.
Right.
And this teacher said, they were talking about, if I get into details, it'll be obvious, but this teacher said, "This is America, speak English."
Wow.
And me and my friends looked at each other and we were just like,
Wow.
this was like our second week at school, bro. This is like, we're still doing icebreakers, getting to know each other type shit.
Correct.
And she just gonna pop that out. Like,
To the wrong one though. But go ahead.
yo, to the wrong motherfucking one.
Right.
And she know that I keep my distance. She know that I keep my civil distance respectfully because I'm just trying to graduate. I really am. And if I pop off, then I know that they have the leverage, they have the advantage. I don't. So
Right.
I'm just trying to graduate.
You know, and like you said, it's a stigma that's sad because they're stuck in a like a time warp. You know, and me personally, I have you on this show for plenty of reasons, but one of the main reasons is that you say a lot of things that I didn't say that I wanted to say, and you will post something. I'm like, wow.
It's crazy because I've been filtering what I've been saying. Like, I
Right,
could be saying way
right.
more, but I have to sugarcoat a lot.
But when you on the same wavelength, you can read right through it. You know.
You can read between the lines. You can read between the lines.
The filter shit, fuck all of that. You can see exactly what you're saying.
Exactly.
So
Ooh, I could be saying more.
yeah, and we gonna.
Man.
You know, it's no more that
Man.
shucking and jiving, sitting back, letting the powers that be. When I say the powers that be, y'all know what I'm talking about. We ain't even gotta get into that. But it's no more letting that slide by or nothing. We gonna speak on it. You know, from the George Floyds to the Breonna Taylors to the SWAT sticker molding into my family's yard. We gonna speak on it. No more sitting back being quiet. That's why I got this.
Man,
sister
you know
here.
what? I dated this boy when I was in this town, right?
Okay.
his white father wasn't, too happy about my, association and the protests and all that stuff.
Okay.
And he asked, what does this have to do with Jacksonville? And like, I will get into so many arguments about that.
Protests about George Floyd?
Yeah, the protests we had here, the Black Lives Matter and police brutality and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get into so many arguments because they try to get factual, like, oh, but nothing happened, none of that happened here. Like, duh, it didn't happen here, but shit be happening here.
Right.
And they get so many non-disclosure agreements. They be hushing them with money. They be harassing them.
Right.
They be doing that shit out here. It's mad dirty out here, and people just don't even. It's hush, and I get it's the fear, but like we gotta start saying something about it. They dirty out here.
Yeah.
They real dirty out here.
Excuse me. I had a Hispanic brother that I went to high school with. Lives here in this town. I'm not gonna call his name, but actually he said he didn't care if I put him out there. But for the lack of for the sake of the podcast and keeping everything legal, I'm not gonna say his name. But he told me recently, he was like, yo, I want to come on your show because racism is something that need to be talked about. I'm Mexican. He's Mexican and white. And he's having issues with his co-workers where they coming at him sideways saying he's a wetback and he need to go back across over the wall or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And yes, I'm talking about right here in Jacksonville. We not talking about Alabama or Mississippi or none of them. We talking right here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. He's being harassed like that. I left my job because of racial injustice. I'm not having it. Nat Turner run through my blood.
I'm not gonna say the name because protection for these people. I don't want them getting harassed or nothing. Right. But I know a person here that they were on base on Camp Lejeune, and it was late at night, and I don't remember the story exactly. This is not recited perfectly, but something about her going to a grocery store. All she was doing was trying to get like the extra stuff to make her sandwich. She making sandwiches with her boo, whatever. Right. So on her way back, it's like late at night, but so what? She's just trying to make some sandwiches. So 12 pull her over, and they talking about some like, they didn't even ask for license registration. Are you intoxicated? Did you smoke? Are you drunk? Did you do something? Just offer it like that. And she's just like, no, I'm not impaired. I'm fine. They're like, okay, license registration. They go back. They're like, oh, we smoke weed in the car, blah, blah, blah. Some shit like that to make her get out the car. And they slammed her face on the hood of the car. And it's
yes,
and that happened here, and you don't read that, you don't see that in the articles, you don't hear about this shit.
You're not gonna see it because the people who, well, I'm not gonna say all of them, but the majority of the press here and the authority, they're a part of it. They're part of the good old boy system. Where they turn the blind eye to things, racial incidents that occur, they don't talk about it.
And you know who we talk about? Onslow County.
Right.
Onslow County.
Right. I said
we can't talk about
Hans Miller. I said it.
We can't even talk about especially the sheriff's department. I wore this shirt to court this morning just because,
Right.
Man, the dirty faces I was getting, I was growling back at it. You feel me? Right.
We're not having it no more.
Boo, it's not even like just the sheriff's department. It's Onslow County government. It's some shady shit happening here. And it's just all swept under the rug with smiles and stuff. Right. When I first moved here, I was staying, where Hooligans is, Northwoods. So I was over in Northwoods, and I was on my way back home. 12 pulled me over. I wasn't even doing nothing. I wasn't below the speed limit. I wasn't speeding. I wasn't swerving. I was picking up my friend. We were on the way back to the house, right? And, got my possession charge. We happened to have it in the car. And that same cop that pulled me over for no reason, he just saw us in the car and decided, 2 minorities, let's go for it, right? That same fucking cop at the protest, he put his arm around me to smile for a picture. That same cop. I recognized him. And he knew I was... Man, and it's the fact that I let Jacksonville brainwash me for a minute, that I thought I actually had to do it the, what's it called, the professional way. You can't really They be telling me to be
politically correct. Fuck out of here.
They think I'm not a political official.
Right.
I'm a college student.
Right.
I ain't no politician.
Right.
I do politician. I don't do none of that.
So what politically being correct have to do with me? You know
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
You saw that it was a group talk. It was between the mayor, chief of police, district attorney. It was like other people part of the faith group and me and Samira Johnson, another activist.
Okay.
And me and Samira, we came with hella good questions. Yo, she caught the mayor off guard. She talking about when are you gonna stop using the black struggle to get your votes? And it was just awkward.
Excellent
silence.
question though.
And he was just like, well, see, our town is thriving because, and he just started off on some left ass shit. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
What? That's not even what. She caught him off guard, man. The district attorney was just like, this was supposed to be like a discussion, a group between us, right? We all have some questions. We all ask each other questions. I had the councilman and other activists who helped me organize the protest too, and Kenyatta, Shanice and Amanda, they was texting me in the group chat and they were like, nah, like don't let them evade your question. Go back to the question, because I'd be asking questions and they try to go left and right with it, like avoid the question, like no, we gonna bring it back. They try and they was trying to skip over me and Samira. We had some good ass questions. We had some good questions to ask them, but they were sticking it between them, right? The district attorney, I don't know what role he was playing, but like if I were to pop up in that meeting yelling and oh my god this and that blase blah, they would have called me extra ratchet ghetto, why is she talking so loud, blase blah. But this district attorney's out here just loud as hell, just being real extra. I was looking at him like he's not even talking about, he was just saying what happened to George Floyd shouldn't have happened, Black Lives Matter, and oh I'm so hurt.
Right.
Like, we're talking about, like, okay, so what do you guys do in the police department for, de-escalation? And, like, what percentage goes towards that? Where's the effort to not look at them as a perpetrator, but, a person that needs help?
Right.
And one thing I want to talk about, too, is the police responding to mental health problems, especially that. Out here in Jacksonville, there's a lot of problems with, it's a military town. These poor people have PTSD, like everyone, you can get PTSD from anything, to be honest. So there's a lot of people dealing with mental health out here, and the police respond to it, and it just gets so escalated. And I've heard situations about that stuff. And
let's speak on that. Because I know exactly where you're going with it, but let's speak on it.
It's a nationwide thing too. Like I know you've seen the videos of them just pulling up and just. I can't really speak on it like that, just because.
Well, bottom line is the officers need proper training when it comes to dealing with mental health patients. You can't treat a mental health patient the way you would treat
a perpetrator or something.
It's called mental health for a reason. So, what she's speaking on, there have been a couple of incidents here in where we live in Jacksonville, Onslow County, North Carolina, where mental health individuals were treated like non-mental health individuals, and it just got out of hand. And this happens all over the world. And in my opinion, I think, the police need to be trained differently in all areas, period. Because the way you handle civilians, it's not, that's a whole nother story entirely.
I was just at court. I'm always at court, but
it's okay. It's okay.
They be messing with me.
Shout out to the great activist John Lewis. It's good trouble. It's good trouble. Okay? So don't even look at it like you always in court. It's good trouble.
I felt that. Because they get dismissed with like, oh, this is stupid. I'm like, I know. I'm like, okay, dismissed. Like
exactly.
Some stupid shit. But so I was at court, and I'm not gonna get into the rest of it because that was some. I have mixed feelings about the situation. So I'm at court, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happened exactly. It happened to a friend of mine too. So my court date was supposed to be on the 22nd for sure. Okay. And my friend's court date was it wasn't the 22nd. It was like some Thursday or something.
Okay.
And for some reason our court dates got switched to like an earlier date, and neither of us were aware of that. And I didn't have an attorney on my case for that. He luckily had one, and his called him saying like, hey, if you don't pull up, you're gonna get a failure to appear, and you're gonna get an arrest warrant. He was like, well, shit, I gotta pull up then. He was stuck at court like all day. I didn't get that call, so I go to court, and they're like, well, there's a arrest warrant out for you, so we've gotta take you down. I'm like, well, damn, they got me in that. They got me in the handcuffs that tie you to the belt around the waist.
Right.
I couldn't even fix my mask or my hair, nothing.
Right.
And this, all right, let me get to the first point. This boy, when we went down to because you walk through the courthouse, then you walk through all those like levels or whatever.
Right.
Then you get to the little like, I don't know, like admission area. They walk you through these gates. They take your temperature and everything. They do the COVID test now and all. Man, they shoved that shit up my nose. I was sneezing like 10 times. I couldn't even. Oh, it was bad. But so boom, there was this, white boy who was also getting arrested too, and the situation that happened was the story before this story is that he has mental problems, and he takes medication for it. Okay. And it's not even, he just has, I don't know what he has, but clearly he's unstable and he needs the help for it. And he was on medication, and he had this, I guess like, insurance plan that got canceled for some reason, just out of the blue, just out of nowhere. And when he tried to go get his medication, like a refill, they said, nah, like it's gonna cost like thousands or like hella extra money. He's just like, but I've had my insurance plan for a minute. Like, why did y'all just cut me off out of nowhere? Like, I've been with y'all for like a year now or so. And they were just like, well, nothing we can do about it. Sorry, no explanation. And he shouldn't have popped off on the lady, but he was just like popping off like, well, what the fuck? Like, I need my meds, and I don't know the details, but he was just popping off on her, and she called the cops for harassment and just, a bunch of whatever. And so he was at court the same day that I was. I'm in my handcuffs that tied to the belt, and I can't even fix my hair, and I'm sneezing like crazy. And this boy, he's still flailing his arms in their face and everything after the fact that he pulled up to court with no mask. And he's just like popping off on everybody, like all the attorneys, the judge, like, nah, fuck this and fuck that and blah, blah, blah. Like, he was just going off like, okay, you gotta go. They escorted him, right? He's outside the courthouse. He's gonna like go like this and pretend to spray it down. They were like, what the fuck? They went out there and they got his ass. They're like, what do you think you're doing? You think you bold? Now you coming down with us now. So why the fuck was I in those belt ass handcuffs for my failure to appear? And this white boy who popping off on everybody and pretending to spray it down, and he was still popping off on the cops too. When I was waiting for them to because when we took the COVID test, it was the instant one where you wait like a couple minutes for it. So we was waiting that 15 minutes, and during those 15 minutes, he's still popping off on them and yelling at them and flailing his arms in their face, and he's like, okay, you gotta chill. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, y'all see me right here, uncomfortable as fuck. And he's just disrespecting y'all, and I'm chilling. Right.
But see, that's that white privilege. That's what that is. And we like I said, we don't sugarcoat nothing on this show. It's the white privilege. And no disrespect to none of my white comrades, my white friends and family, because I have white people who I love dearly.
Did that?
But if we would have did it.
Because if we did that.
It was a wrap. It would have been a wrap.
A wrap.
You would have been tasered.
Swear to God, tackled, pushed down and everything. Would have been a wrap.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got a question for you. I want to touch back on something that we was talking about earlier about the SWAT sticker that was molded into my family's yard. When you pulled up that day, because I didn't really get a chance to converse with you until after the fact when everybody was dispersed and all that.
Yeah, a bunch of cameras.
Right, it was too much going on.
Yeah.
But when you pulled up, what was in your mind? Like, what was you thinking when you saw that?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I got out of my car and I walked to the yard and I saw how big it was. Like, who the fuck takes the time to
cut with precision?
It was such precision. He got the angles and everything. Like, he took time for that. Like, And it was so massive. You cannot.
But nobody saw it.
Nah, when I think it was either you or your grandfather who told me the story when y'all called the sheriff's department and they came down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and y'all told them everything that y'all told me. They went to knock on their door. The dude wouldn't answer. They come back to y'all and say, he won't answer the door. There's nothing we can do.
Right, they're not
Your
cooperating.
grass will grow back.
Yeah.
Your grass will grow back.
Yes.
That's what hits.
This is what was told to my family by Onslow County finest, allegedly.
Who?
You know what I mean? Like, come on. The grass will grow back. Now, let's flip the script a little bit, right?
That's what
Let me or you go write
Black Lives Matter
BLM
or some shit
in somebody's yard. You know,
trespassing,
all hell gonna
vandalism, destruction of property.
I never get out of jail. That's a fact. So,
and they can't even get him.
So
because he won't answer the door.
We said all of that to say there's a problem here in this county. It needs to be fixed. We're not taking the blind eye to it no more. We're not doing the silent treatment no more. That shucking and jiving, being a coon when you know these people don't care nothing about you. We're not doing that no more. So, my question to you, what do you think we as a people can do to... I can't even say better this situation because, man, I'm to the point where I see no change because
I got you.
It's embedded.
I got you.
Talk to me.
We are so fuck, shit is tense right now. Like
Very.
Me and my friends be talking about like sometimes we gotta take a break from social media because it's like everywhere. Like they be dying every day.
Right.
Another homeboy dead. Old girl died. Somebody got pulled over. Something every day, bruh. You can't take it like I'm just scrolling through looking at some funny little memes, a cute little picture of a dog, boom, another brother dead, boom, another brother dead, just like that. You can't take a break. Shit is so tense right now, and from all aspects, just it's draining, you know. It's very tiring, just in any way you want to look at it. It's a fucking tiring thing we're going through, you know. Right now we're trying. I want to, you know, organize some stuff and motivational things that we can do to actually assemble and do some civil rights movement stuff, you know.
Okay.
But right now, more than ever, honestly, I think we need to like have some music festivals and like have some food pop-up shops and have everyone come together because the tension has built up like crazy ever since the protests. Like it's just been like they trying so hard to mark their territory now more than ever. It's so disrespectful. It's the passive aggression, it's the microaggression, it's the subtle, you know, slight, oh, it's just a joke, no, don't take it so serious. But it's fucking offensive. You feel me? The wetback shit, that's fucking offensive. You don't be saying that. My stepfamily is Mexican. You know the amount of motherfuckers that be saying, I'm like, listen, stop. They think that just because I'm not Mexican, I'm gonna think it's funny. No, my stepfamily's Mexican. Don't be making those jokes. Don't be making those motherfucking jokes. Not fucking funny.
It's not at all. It's very offensive.
Not fucking funny. I think right now we really just need to breathe. We need to breathe because they are shoving this shit down our throat in a Hollywood way. Like they want to make movies. Did you see them? The fucking little preview for them?
Yeah.
What is up with them profiting off of black fucking struggle and trauma and torture? Like they keep on shoving it down our throat in a cutesy little Netflix show. Like it's enough with that shit. Can we see like black people chilling, like a happy family movie, a comedy, a romantic comedy? I want to see them in space. I want to see my dudes on a rocket ship killing aliens and shit. Nothing about the black come up and the struggle and the not having a father and the Section 8. I don't want to hear about that shit. I don't want to hear about that shit. We have to deal with it every day. I want to see us happy. I want to see us happy. They just profit off of it because it's interesting for them. You know, it's for the outsiders. They don't. For them, it's like, oh my God, that's so much. I can't believe it. Like, oh, well, fucking believe it. It's happening. It's not just on Hollywood. Like,
and we as black people need to stop feeding into that and stop supporting it as well too. You know, wake up, wake up.
Tyler Perry, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Tyler Perry. What the fuck, my dude? What the fuck?
I fucked with you, Tyler, but
Come
she got a
on.
point. She
Come
got
on.
a point, bro.
Come on.
Like, for real, man. For real.
Come on.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But, like, if you willing to put together some type of event to spread love in the community, I'm with it. You know what I mean? I'm on board. You just let me know what you want to do, and we'll get it poppin'.
My dude, I'm already talking to some folk that's like trying to make a music show because there's so many artists out here. And Jack, see, this also ties in with the fucking massive scale of racism out here, that the people that live here just don't like it here, and they're so quick to get out. Like, they don't even want to rep Jacksonville. No one wants to rep Jacksonville. No one's like,
Right.
yeah, I'm from here. Like, people are so quick, like, I can't wait to get out. I hate Jacksonville. I can't stand this town. I want to leave. Blah, blah, blah. Like, no one likes this town. Isn't it time that we did something about that? Like,
Facts.
people just accept the fact that no one likes it, and they're just like, well, that's life.
Me and you was talking before we started the podcast off air, and I explained to you a little bit why that's like that. It's the crabs in the bucket syndrome, and we have to stop that. You know what I mean? If this brother pulls up in a 2021 all black tinted out Range Rover, I shouldn't hate on him. I should be like,
Okay.
yeah,
Try to get like you.
yeah. How did he do that?
Okay.
How can I?
Right. You up.
Exactly. So I'm saying this to say, stop. Get that black dot off your heart. If you see your fellow brother or sister on the come up, or they doing something positive, join in. Spread love. Chill with hate. Don't win.
You know what that makes me think of? There was this like Twitter thread that was going around, right? They was talking about how like they tired of seeing black folk just focusing on the material with the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci belts and blah blah blah.
Right.
Yeah, okay, sure, we should be investing and getting houses and property. Let us fucking live, like, my dude.
Right.
Like,
Right.
we done been through a lot, like.
Right. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because we keeps it all the way 100.
We know
right
what
here.
we gotta do.
Right.
We gon' do it. But
I used to
chill.
be one of those who would say or feel like, man, why the fuck they spending all that money on this and that, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, in retrospect, we've been through so much. If you want to take your money and buy you 15 Bentleys, do it.
Do it. And if you got it, do it again.
Do it. Like, for real. Like, we've
Telling
been
you.
through too much as people to not enjoy life.
I never pocket watch. I never understood the need to pocket watch.
Right.
Like, complain about people, like, doing what they want to do. Like, I have a lot of people just, the amount of people on the bench just trying to be the coach.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
It's a disease. It's an infection.
I want to touch on
It spreads
that.
quickly.
Please let me touch on that. The pocket watch thing you just spoke on. Listen. Stop looking at people and assuming things. You know, what you see in this studio and what I have, I work my ass off for it. Ain't nobody give me shit. I work for it every fucking day in the hot ass sun up to sundown, cutting fucking trees and power lines and doing whatever I had to do
As
to
you should.
make this dream happen. So don't pocket watch me saying, oh, he got this and he think he's better. Fuck out of here with that corny shit. I'm not even feeding into that no more. Yeah, you get that. I'm not feeding into that no more. Bottom line is what you see, which ain't much, but it's mine and I work for it. Don't pocket watch me. You know what I mean? I ain't got it.
People just be just so.
It's ignorant, like for real.
Mind the business that pay. Mind the business that pay.
Oh my God.
Just mind. I love saying that. Just mind the business that pay. It got something to do with you. It gonna benefit you.
I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back who didn't hear it. Do what now?
Mind the business that pay.
Oh, you see how crystal clear that sounded. Oh my God. Mind the
Business that
pay. You do that, you would be better off. But it's a lot that we could talk about. I just wanted this sister to get her burn, but we're gonna go to a segment of the show that we call the real talk moment. Alright, and let me explain to that. And if you haven't been keeping up with the episodes, let me explain to you what the real talk moment is. Me and you was talking before the podcast, and you explained to me about the tattoo.
Oh, we had the real talk.
Right, on your arm, and you were saying that's a friend of yours.
That's my ex-boyfriend, actually.
Her ex-boyfriend. even stronger, who passed away from suicide, correct? And people always ask me all the time, who is this brother that I have on my laptop? And that's my brother Rick. And childhood friend of mine, he also passed away from suicide. And the reason we call this the Real Talk moment, because that was his nickname, Real. And everything I do, I take him with me. You know what I mean? Like, I know he's in his room right now.
That's what I got, because I take him with me.
Facts. He goes everywhere with me. So this is the opportunity. I give you the floor. If there was anything that we didn't say, because there's a lot we got to say. I'm bringing you back. But if there's anything that you want to get off your chest, this is the Real Talk segment, and you have the floor.
Don't ignore your problems. I know it's overwhelming and it's a lot, and it might feel like the world is working against you and like it's out to get you, but it's take one breath at a time. Take it with a grain of salt. You feel me? I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying just fucking do it. It's not easy, but just take it day by day, because nobody's entitled to hold your hand through it. Right. And the more you keep giving power to outside sources, that's what builds dependability. You feel me? And I'm not here to invalidate nobody's struggle, because bitch, I've been through it. You feel me?
Right, we all have.
And I got some friends that been through more than me. You feel me? And I'm there for them, and I support their path and what they're choosing to do. Why? Because it's none of my damn business. Who am I to? I'm not paying their bills. I'm not feeding them.
Right.
Like, if they feel like they gotta, go to therapy for it, if they feel like they don't need therapy, if they feel like they need medication, if they feel like they gotta box, or they like running, or whatever it is, do what you gotta do. You feel me? Like, if you a smoker, I'm not trying to support bad habits. I've had some friends with pretty bad addictions, but no one's saying life is easy.
So I'm but it is what it is.
Medication.
Right.
No one's saying life is easy, but I feel like if we take it day by day and breathe and realize, like, man, now than ever am I realizing I could fucking die tomorrow. I could die on the way back to my house after this. Like,
I can die as soon as I hit the end button on this podcast.
I'm trying to be in the moment.
Right.
Be in the moment,
right.
man.
Right.
It's a lot going on, and it's overwhelming. But if we just take it with a grain of salt and stop comparing our growth to other people's growth, we're on different paths. You feel me? Not everyone's gonna be, overnight pop star. That shit just happens by like chance.
Right.
Like,
I spoke
it's
on
not
that
like
on the last podcast. Yeah.
It's not just gonna happen like that.
Grind.
You feel me? You gotta keep that grind. You gotta keep the patience. Like. Oof, especially when you believe in yourself. For my witch bitches, that manifestation, you gotta you gotta believe in yourself, because the second that you really start, when I mean this in the most radical and literal way, when you start loving yourself, life changes.
Indeed.
Life changes.
Indeed.
In all aspects, in every way. Like, when you actually start loving yourself, and with what you eat and who you surround yourself with, and the things you do in your daily habits, that's when shit starts changing for real.
And you definitely correct about that, because I started loving myself and loving those who love me, not the ones I love, but the ones who love me. And I'm happy, I'm at peace. So sister, I totally agree with everything you just said. Like, for real. And as always, it's been an honor having you on the set. You took time out of your busy schedule to come kick it with us here at Two Shooters Podcast.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah. You family now. You can always come through anytime you want to. Believe it or not, hearing you to be such a young sister, hearing you speak, the passion that you have, sent. Like, if you could look real good, like, I got goosebumps on my arm, like, 'cause that's what we need. Like, the youth is so lost right now, and we need sisters like her to bring them back. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people is asleep right now. They sleep.
Trying, and like, I know it's fear too. Like, no one's trying to lose their job, and no one's trying to, like, get fucked up. But like, at the same time, You know, shit don't happen if you don't take a risk. Like, it's
to,
once you take a risk,
right.
You gotta stand up.
Got to jump out there, man. You can't keep turning a blind eye. I mean, for crying out loud, you know, and I ain't gonna keep talking about it. For crying out loud, George Floyd was killed on national TV, yo. Like, we all saw it. It's not something we heard about. We saw this with our own eyes.
And it's
and they're on TV right now trying to defend or justify this man knee on this brother's neck for 9 minutes straight. I don't give a damn what drugs he took.
I just saw Derek Chauvin's, the cop's face pop up on my Facebook, Twitter timeline. Like, I think it was yesterday, not that long ago. I'm like, why am I seeing him again, bruh? Like,
no, like for real.
Why?
Once again, switch the tables. It would have been a black officer on the neck of a white guy. They would have called for him to have his head cut off. So we have to do something about injustice, and we have to start with these small towns like the ones we live in, and bombard our way all the way up to the fucking Capitol Hill. Like, for real, because enough is enough. Things have to change.
If I can say something.
Say it.
Onslow County, I get it. We want to move past it, and we want to act like we're a pretty little town, you know, like cute little utopia or whatever. But, like, let's take accountability, and let's admit the fact that there's some shit that we can't sweep under the rug, because it's really, it's noticeable. We can see it underneath the rug. It's like a dead body underneath that bitch. You feel me? And it's not okay. It's not okay. But something needs to happen, and accountability is the first step. And with that, we can move forward. And I think that's all we're asking for. I mean, I'm not the spokesman of Jacksonville, but, like, I mean, for my own livelihood, that's all I'm asking for. You feel me? Like, there's lots of tension. I don't know why there's so much tension between me and these motherfuckers. Like, I'm sorry, not motherfuckers, but, like, why is there tension? Like, I just want us to get along. Like, I want this to end. I don't want to have to do this stuff. You feel me? Like, Let's get this over with. Like, let's have a barbecue. Let's have some events. Like, why aren't there festivals here in Jacksonville? Like, everyone has to go to Wilmington or Raleigh or Fayette, Charlotte. They go out of town to have fun. Why is there no fun here? Like, where is the unity?
Right. And it starts with you, the individual. It starts with you.
Period.
I used to think it can't be done, and I even said it in the beginning of this podcast. Like, I'm to the point where I done gave up. But you can't. It can be done. It starts with the individual. Start with yourself. Stop worrying about what she doing, worrying about what he doing, worrying about what they doing. Start with yourself. Get that black dot off your heart. Realize in your brain, and embed this in the same way you embedded hate in your life and your brain for so long. Try to embed in your brain that the word nigger is offensive, the word cracker is offensive, the word wetback is offensive, all of the above. We have to channel our brains to realize that it's not cool. It's not cool. So the Trump era and all of that, the ones who think like that, you need to chill, bro. Like, for real.
And you know what's crazy? When they be asking, like, why can't I say it? Like, say it. Go ahead. Oh, you know I can't.
Yo. It's
Do we need to say anything else?
Exactly. The proof is right there. You know, so we gotta make change, people. We gotta wake up. Me and the sisters not sitting here doing this podcast to try to advocate hate or nothing. Like, it's all love over here. But at the same time, we woke, and we not standing
unfiltered.
To the fullest. We're not standing.
We got a Gemini and a Scorpio in the same room.
So that's a fucking kaboom. You already know what that is. Right.
Energy.
Right.
Energy.
So
that's what.
Having said that, you know, like I said, I extend that to you again. If you trying to put together an event, you just keep me posted. I'll do whatever I can on my end to make sure that pop off. And that's what's up. We gonna speak that into existence. So y'all know how we do. Before we leave though, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Voila Magic Lawn Service. Y'all already know what it is, man. Top of the line lawn service. If y'all want that grass cut at a reasonable price, holla at my peoples at Voila Magic Lawn Service. If you're an up-and-coming entrepreneur and you want to get your business started and you don't know how to go about it and you need paperwork done and things of that nature, Dreaming in Color, which happens to be Two Shooters Podcast Management. Dreaming in Color. Holla at them, they'll get you straight. You know what I mean? Get you set off. If you need sweets of that nature, holla at Tasty Sweets. Another one of my sponsors. She make you go on my page, my Instagram, or my Facebook, you'll see she make cakes that are amazing. I don't care what you want. She'll make a Jordan shoe for you if that's what you want. Like, so yeah, holla at her. Salute to all my sponsors. It's been an honor once again having you here. Jelly is my new friend, my new young activist.
Of course.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. We gonna try to network and do some big things in the future or whatever. I'm gonna have her back again because we're gonna do an episode on mental health and things of like that. We also gonna have her again on an episode where we talking about how a lot of you goofies, when I say you goofies, you dudes who have our women so fucked up in the head because of the things you do. But we gonna say that for the next episode. She will be
We
here.
gonna unpack the surprise for them.
Right. We ain't gonna give y'all too much, but it's gonna be a kaboom. So once again, y'all know how we do. Whatever you do, wherever you go, take God with you. If you can't take God with you, don't go. 2 shooters, 1 vision, God plan. We out. Cheer!
I keep my foot on their neck. That's pressure. It ain't no change in the set. Nah, no extras. Niggas can play and get wet. Whatever. I'm steady chasing these checks. Whatever. I keep my foot on their neck. Nah, it ain't no change in the set.